Welcome back, trainers. So we're going to be taking a look at my Nightmare Cup battles, starting it off with Jeremy Guido here. So I did see his team was going to be weak to fighting for the most part, so I decided to go with two fighting type Pokemon. Going to make that switch into Hypno so we can absorb that Mud Bomb there, as well as basically finish it off without doing a charge move. Have some nice energy gain for the next Pokemon. He does come in with Spiritomb. It's not looking too great for me, but the switch in is basically a sacrifice as well as trying to burn a shield, and we successfully do that. We're definitely not going to shield that because we cannot get to another charge and it would be pretty much obsolete. So we're going to go in here with Toxicroak, doing an okay amount of damage. And we're just going to go ahead and go for that Mud Bomb there, burning off his shield. That's just a visual glitch. And we're also going to shield that Shadow Ball as well to keep that Toxicroak ball rolling here. Hitting it up with another Mud Bomb and finishing it off. He's coming in with the Umbreon, and as you can see, coming in with two fighting types. Why I did that. We're looking pretty good here. Got a Hitmonchan in the back, and you're going to see I try to do a switch here, but he does hit that last resort before I can switch. What I was going to do is just go in with the Hitmonchan and finish off with that power-up punch. So there's going to be the first round there. Moving on to the next one. I figured, okay, I went in with two fighting types. He's going to be more prepared this time, so I went in with Xatu, and it was a good call there. So this is a great matchup for me. I do not need to hit that charge move, but I was trying to right before he did his, so unfortunately I was wasting some energy there, but that's fine. Waiting for the next Pokemon, and it is going to be Umbreon. So we're going to go into Toxicroak here. He does not like to switch, so that is something to take note of. Nothing to discredit him or anything like that, but if somebody was to switch in these specific situations, I would have been in a lot more pressure. And going to go ahead and preserve some more health here, finishing it off with Quick Move so we can go with that Mud Bomb into the next Pokemon. Burn that last shield there, and then go for that Sludge Bomb to finish off that Poliwrath almost. Come on, let's go. And it's going to be a double KO there, and I have two Pokemon in the back. So moving on to the next opponent, 907 Fill-In Kid. So he had a good amount that's going to be weak to dark, so I decided to lead with Drapion, in which I made a good call here. So he does switch. I did not hit my charge because I had a feeling he was going to do that. So we're going to stay with Drapion because this is a great position, as you can see, doing a lot of damage to that Spiritomb there. We're definitely not going to shield at this point because Shadow Ball was not coming, and we will be able to tank it with the Drapion. Switching into Toxicroak, we will be preserving the health a little bit, finishing it off with quick moves. He's going to be bringing in the Claydol. We're going to go for that Mud Bomb immediately and do a decent amount of damage and just let the Toxicroak fade out because, well, I cannot switch. I was locked in there. Going in with Drapion, immediately hitting up Aqua Tail to try to burn a shield, which we do. And immediately back-to-back, another Aqua Tail, burning a second shield, which we're looking great here. I do decide to take that hit, and down I go. Coming in with my last Pokemon, Hypno. Feeling pretty good. We had a little bit of lag here, okay, both ends, so that's fine. And I'm just going to finish it off with quick moves. And we're going to go ahead and shield here so we can just have as much health plus that energy charge move ready to go for the next Pokemon. It's going to be Toxicroak. I didn't even have to do Shadow Ball, but we're going to because we want to play it safe there. And then moving on to the next round. He's starting out with Toxicroak. I'm going in with Drapion. This is not a great matchup for me whatsoever. So I do switch into Hypno, and I'm able to take a great amount of health off of it. I'm going to go ahead and shield up, preserving some of my health. I am locked in here. We're not looking too great. I was thinking, should I go for Focus Blast? He's probably going to shield up, so we're just going to bait it anyways instead of just staying in here. And since we're locked in, we're definitely not going to waste any shields. We're going to let Hypno fade out and then bring in our next Pokemon, which is going to be Drapion. This is going to be a great matchup for your Drapion going up against the Spiritomb. Shadow Ball will take off a decent amount of your health, but if you're looking okay, you should be able to survive that, as well as dishing off a lot of damage with that crunch onto that Spiritomb here. I decided to shield that one because I was like, okay, we're in a pretty comfortable position. I'm not too sure what his last Pokemon was. There it's revealed. It's going to be Shiftry. I will be switching into Toxicroak and finishing it off. Have a charge ready to go. No more shields on either end. And I will be going for that Mud Bomb there, finishing off that Spiritomb. In comes the Toxicroak, and we're going to be finishing it off with Mud Bomb as well. And that's going to be it. All right, so moving on to our next opponent, Scarlet Witch here. So I coached her quite a bit on her team and what she should do. So she was a little bit nervous as to all the strategies I knew she was going to be playing. So the first round, we're going to scratch that. We're not even going to watch it because there was some errors there. This is going to be the second round here. I'm going to tell you this right off the bat. My team choice was not great. So she started off with the Hariyama. Now I'm in here with the Toxicroak. I'm locked in. She has that Xatu, and there's nothing I can do. So we're just going to go in here with the Drapion and make some recoveries, right? So we're going to go for that Crunch. Hopefully she does not shield, and it goes through. But that Hariyama is in the back, and I have nothing to answer for that. I did not bring Xatu or Hypno, so I'm looking not so great. She's going to be hitting me up with that Dynamic Punch and finishing me off, going in there with that Skuntank. And it's a game over for the first round here. So down goes the Skuntank. So moving on to the next match. Let's see what we have going on. This time I'm definitely going to be bringing some coverage. So this is a pretty good matchup. Alolan Raichu is going to be dishing out a great amount of damage, but I will be able to get to that Crunch and almost one-shotting it. She doesn't shield, but she does shield. You want to preserve that in this situation here. I do decide to shield myself, seeing that we'll be able to get to that Crunch again. She does make a very good switch here, and I do decide to stay in. I was like, okay, have very little health. Might as well burn that last shield on her end. Go in with my Xatu. This is going to be a great mirror match if you do have a shield on your end, because you will be able to hit it up with that Ominous Wind, doing super effective damage. So that's exactly what we're going to do, finishing off that Xatu there. She goes in with, I mean, look at that Crunch on that Tyranitar, how fast it dug in. So that was insane. I was trying to make the switch. In comes the Alolan Raichu. I did finish off that Tyranitar with my Toxicroak, and then Mud Bombing that Raichu there and taking the win. Now moving on to the next match. This is it. Who is going to take the victory? So I started off with the Toxicroak. She's going in with the Grumpig. As you can tell here, it's all shiny teams. So got to give her props for that. So Grumpig, didn't see that around, and very unique choice. So I'm in a good position here. I decided to just farm energy. So in comes the Raichu. I'm going to go for that Crunch, of course, and we're already up for our next one. Just about. Definitely going to shield this up. We want to preserve that Drapion, doing a good amount of damage to 2 of the Pokemon. So she has no more shields. I have 1 shield. And I do decide to shield up here and go for that Crunch to finish off that Raichu. So we're both down on our shields. In comes the Hariyama, all right, which was giving me some problems. Let's go ahead and chip off some of that health with Aqua Tail, all right, and we do have Hypno in the back, so that's going to be great. But you're going to see a crucial mistake that I made, which costed me everything. All right, so Dynamic Punch, we can absorb that. She does make the switch, and I switched it to Toxicroak. I shouldn't have done that, and that was my biggest mistake. And then she's enough energy here to go for that Mirror Coat and one-shotting my Toxicroak, and my Shadow Ball's ready. I should have went for it. I figured I would be able to finish it off, but I wasn't, and that cost me everything. So it's a good game there. All right, next opponent is going to be Lumpy Head. She's starting it off with Xatu. I'm going in with Toxicroak. We have to make the switch immediately. We go for Hypno, and at this point, it's basically a sacrifice. We should try to at least burn a shield. I was deciding whether or not I should go for Focus Blast or Shadow Ball. And I was just like, okay, whatever. Maybe I might be able to get off another Shadow Ball. Who knows? But highly doubtful. And definitely not going to shield up here at this point. I was thinking, okay, it's lost cause. Let's go with Toxicroak and finish it off here with quick moves. She was able to get off another charge move, which is Crunch. I shouldn't have shielded that up. But that's okay. We're going to go ahead and go for that Sludge Bomb here. She does decide to shield it. I probably should have went for Mud Bomb. But that's okay. We're going to go ahead and try to get off a little bit of damage onto that Xatu there. And we're not looking too great at this point. But on the plus, she did use that Ominous Wind with that little bit of HP I did have, which she does have no more shields. So there is a possibility of maybe, not quite, we'll be able to finish off that Xatu here. Let's see what we have in the back, and that's going to be the Toxicroak. And it's definitely going to be a game over for this first round for me. All right, so moving on to the next match here. Got to wise up a little bit. So we're going to go in with the Skuntank. She's starting off with the Toxicroak, and this is yet again another horrible matchup for me, so I'm switching into Hypno. Was able to take off a significant amount of damage. We are going to be taking that hit. She makes the switch into the Skuntank, so we're looking all right. So at this point, we can go for Focus Blast, which we will. Shield Burn or not. If we were able to get through, it's going to be doing a good amount of damage, but we were able to get off a shield. Not too sure why I used a shield there. That was not a good play. I should have let the Hypno just fade out into existence. But on the plus, she did use that energy, so we can go in here safely with Toxicroak and finish it off with quick moves. And I will be letting whatever attack go through, learning from my mistakes last time. Didn't need to hit that mud bomb. Really didn't. Could have finished it off with quick moves, but that's all right. I think we both hit our charge at the same time. We'll be making a switch immediately, seeing that she has no more shields. Going to go for that crunch here onto that Xatu and one-shotting it, taking the win. The shield left here. Moving on to the next match. All right, so we're going to be starting it off with Hypno, and she's going in with Xatu. Now, I mean, this is an okay matchup. The Hypno can take the ominous wins, and the Xatu cannot. So let's see how this plays out. I do decide to take that ominous win and go for that Shadow Ball. She's either going to have to shield or basically fall. She does decide to use a shield, and that's great. We're going to switch at this point into Skuntank and take the hit, obviously. And she's going to be bringing in Toxicroak, so we're going to go for Flamethrower. Let's hopefully burn this shield, which I do believe she will. Perfect. No more shields on her end, and we have two. The Skuntank could say goodbye. We don't need it anymore. So at this point, you would think go with Hypno, right? But I have the shield advantage, so I will be able to protect myself from that Mud Bomb and dish it back to that Toxicroak. So that is exactly what I do. I didn't go for the Mud Bomb right away. I gained a little bit of energy for the next Pokemon. As you can see, I'm ready to go, and I'm able to hit off another Mud Bomb onto that Skuntank because I did gain a lot of energy from that last match. And I'm able to almost get to that Sludge Bomb, but not quite. In comes the Hypno here. It's looking pretty grim, right? What's going to happen? Using that shield up, and here is where I made the good decision on just going with Toxicroak first, and then I'll be able to finish it off with that Shadow Ball on with that Skuntank there. So it's going to be a good match. And here we have a group picture of all the participants. So first place was going to be McBadass. Second place was going to be Scarlet Witch. Congratulations, all shiny team. That's pretty impressive. And then third place is going to be Chirk. So congratulations, guys. You did a good job. So it was fun stuff. Made a few mistakes, which cost me a lot. So as you've seen, I only lost one battle. But that one battle loss put me down into fourth place, unfortunately. But you live and you learn. So there you have it. I will have a link in the description for all of the results so you can see everybody's teams as well. And with that said, trainers, I'd like to say thank you for watching, and I'll be catching you all next time. Take care.